Hey, Pastor Scott here with the Daily Word. We're looking today at this bold trust that we're called to live out as we follow Jesus. There's a story about Paul and Silas in the book of Acts in chapter 16, and of course they'd been put in prison they've been jailed for preaching the gospel and ticking people off. And it says around midnight, verse 25, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God while they're locked up. Suddenly, there was a massive earthquake and the prison was shaken to its foundations. All the doors flew open, the chains of every prisoner fell off, and the jailer woke up to see the prison doors wide open, assuming they had escaped. He drew his sword. He's just going to kill himself because he knew his life was over. And Paul shouts to him in the dark, "Stop, don't kill yourself. We're all here." The jailer called for the lights and ran to the dungeon, fell down before Paul, so appreciative, and he said, "What do I have to do to be saved? If this is the kind of person you are, what do I have to do to be saved?" And Paul says, "Believe in the Lord Jesus and you'll be saved, along with everyone in your household." And they shared the word of the Lord with him and with all those who lived in his household. You see, being saved and transformed by Jesus, it should always crush any fear in our life. Instead of Paul and Silas being in fear, they just sang and they prayed. It should replace this fear with this radical boldness to live out the gospel and to trust God in the midst of circumstances. It removes fear from our lives so that it doesn't dictate our lives. And this radical boldness that God replaces in our lives when fear tries to strike us down or to paralyze us, and He gives us this radical boldness in these new hearts we've been given. It helps us to say, God's got this. I trust Him in this. And then we live out the great commandment, love God, and then out of that love of God, we love people. So living with this radical trust in God helps us to live out the great commandment that Jesus gave us, love God and love people.